Hello everyone and welcome to today's tutorial. Today we'll be talking about kaftan and their pockets. We all know that the gown kaftan, you can have it as a short one, you can have it as a long one. But in this video we'll be talking about the pockets used in kaftan. So on the table I have my materials and I'm going to be showing you how to cut your pocketing and how to attach them to your kaftan, be the long one or the short one, and the type of pocket you can use on your kaftan. So we'll go straight to the table, so I'll show you how to do it. So while you watch this video, thumbs up and also turn on your notification bell, subscribe, and also go down to the comment section where we have our convo and then speak out whatever it is that you do not understand. I'll be there to attend to you. So guys, right here on the table I have my material here. This will serve as the body of our kaftan, and these are my pocketings here. So I have this here. This will serve as the front and back of my kaftan. I'll open this out so it stays in two pieces. So I have this as my front and this will be at the back of the kaftan, and this as well I have it in two. I'm going to separate this. Like I said, I'm going to be explaining 3 types of pockets, so I'll be needing 6 pieces of this, 2 to serve for one pocket and the other 2 for the other pocket as well, and the third one. So I'm making this ready for the second pocket, and this one will serve for the third pocket. Some of us still find it very hard to make pockets for our kaftan, so I'm going to be explaining this type of pockets that we have, the inner pocket, whereby we have 2 pieces for our pocketing here. When you want to make a kaftan that has the inner pocket that stays inside of the body, try not to attach the pocketing first before closing the clothes. You'll find out that you end up having one being longer than the other one sometimes, but if you're good with your calculation it comes out accurate. But for me, so I don't have issues with having one being longer than the other, I close my kaftan, close the body, but I make sure I make out space for my pocket passage. So for you to have your accurate measurement, this is a pieces I have here. This is not a full body, you can see. I'll take my measurement from the shoulder side of my measurement, and then let's say my half length says 17. I'm going to make it 17 and a half. From the point of that 17 and a half, I will screw down and chalk it. So this area serves as the point where my pocket is coming from on my kaftan, and then I'll be making a mark space opening for the pocket passage. So this is 6.5 inches, mainly for the women kaftan opening, or even our regular pockets. Most times we use 6.5 because our hands are smaller than that of the men. Though they use 7, as you can see, even in the 6.5, you can see my hand inside of it. So, but in this particular pocket making, we have it in 2 pieces. This is it. Sometimes we have it at length 11 inches or 10.5 inches, depending on how deep the person likes their pocket to be or how tall the person is. If the woman is very tall, try to always make her pocketing 11 or 11.5, because when you join up here it reduces. When you join here it reduces as well, and then you find your pocketing very short, whereby when you drop your phone, you can see somebody can easily pass into it and take your phone. So it's better you increase the length a bit so you don't have issues like that. But most times we have the pocketing mouth opening at 8. Since we're having 6.5 inches, we definitely want allowance to sew so that when we weave it won't be affecting the opening of our pocket. So this is my 8 inches here. I'll mark my 8 inches out, and my length says 11 inches, you can see. So I'll rule this out. This is my 8 inches here. I'll come down here as well and mark my 8 inches, and then I'll mark them together. So I'll cut this out. You can leave this closed. You can also open it out it's up to you, but I prefer opening it out so I have space for me to be able to top stitch the pocket opening area. So this is it. My pocketing is ready, and the body part to show you how to place this pocketing while you sew is also ready. So I will take it down to the sewing machine and show you how to join this, put it together, and then have your inner pockets for your kaftan before we go to the second one. So guys, let's go down to the sewing machine. Guys, so we are at the sewing machine now. So start step by step to show you how to place the pocketing and then start sewing. So this is it. These are 6.5 inches from this point, like I showed you on the table. This is 6.5 to meet this point, and so we have here is 8 inches for our pocketing. So I'm going to come up here by here, and this is by 6.5 inches. I'll place it at this point here so that they both correspond to it here. I'll place it and then sew carefully by 1/2 inch, and then I'll maintain that point. So then I'll sew till I get to the point of the other points, so around the 6.5 inches. Some of you go as far as notching here. Please stop notching this area as well as this. All you have to do is turn this. If the pocketing is not the same color with that of your material, try to use a uniform color like I always said, so your work comes out very neat. And so I'm going to use this. I've changed my thread to cream color, which is the color of my pocketing. So I'll top stitch from the point of that 6.5 inches. So I'll go down to meet the other point. And then I'll stop here. Cut the threads off. So you see this area is ready. Then you can weave here if you don't want, or this area being like this, or when you've closed the clothes you can now weave this area. So one side is ready. This is the second side that is going to be laying on this like this. So I'll take it as well. You can see I have one quotate there. I'll mark it this way as well. And this is my 6 inches and 6.5 inches here. I'll take the other pocketing and mark out my 6.5 inches out, and then lay it here. You can see they're both equal, and so I will sew just like I did with this other one. I want to change the thread or leave it there as well, so I'd rather just leave it that way since I'm going to be using it to top stitch. So I run carefully by 1/2 inch, then I stop at the point here and then turn to top stitch as well. The duty of this top stitch is to hold the pocketing back inside, so even if it's the same color, it will hold it down inside of the material instead of running out. So I've held it down with the machine stitch, and this procedure is when you're done closing the body of the cloth. Don't forget, except you want to do it separately before closing the clothes, but like I said, I prefer closing the clothes and then start putting my pocketing. So this is it. I'll come closer. You can see the both of them are equal. See, same thing is happening here. You won't be having issues with them. So this will be the upside of our clothes. I'll start sewing from the measurement of my sewing allowance, not the half that I use on my pocketing. I'll come down here and then change the color of my thread to the green color. And so I'll sew with 1 inch here, following the shape of the kaftan. When I get to the point of my pockets, I'll knot it down, and then I'll come down this way, adjust it equally, and then hold here down, because running down here I'll be running with green color thread, which is not good on it. So I'll stop here. But if you're using the same material, just like we have our Ankara, you can go ahead and run your pocketing all the way down. That's after weaving this area. So I'm going to be matching this area down as well. So I bring it out to meet with the sewing allowance of this cloth to close up the seam. Is there any need for, well, let's close this place as well, so it gives us the shape of what we are doing. And then I'm going to close here all the way. And so this is it. So I'm going to be changing both the reeler and the upper thread. So this is it. So start from here and then run this straight down. So while you're coming all the way this way, watch my hand as if you're making a triangle, because the bottom side is meant to be a bit wider than the up. You can also shape it if you want while you're still on the table. And so if I get to this place, you can see my hand is a bit slanted, so the down will be big. You can also shape your own this way. You can leave it 4 corners, you can make it straight, but I prefer making it slanted so the bottom side will be wider. So I'll come this way, turn it by 1/2 inch all the way down to this area. And then when I get here, stop at my 1/2 inch and then keep coming in a slanted way, coming down, up, 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 up. And then coming to make the points of my pocket opening. I say I'm done with my pocket. So if I want to weave now, I'm going to weave the whole of this area off and then weave this place as well, and then the body. So you can see we're done with this one, so that we can go to the second pocket. So this is it. You can see the top stitch inside has made the pocket stay in, and then the extra sewing allowance is hiding the pocket inside. And then voila, you can see I can put my hand inside very comfortably and neat. So don't be confused around this area. This is like a full body, and this is from the half length, and this is it all the way down. And then you can pass your hand into the pocketing.